Just now, the global financial system was completely upended. The stability on which millions of people relied has disappeared in a matter of days, leaving chaos and uncertainty in its wake. The traditional methods of transferring money across borders have abruptly stopped working, and markets have plummeted. The international banking system SWIFT, which for decades handled trillions of dollars worth of cross-border transfers, has formally shut down. Thousands of banks around the world are no longer connected by the same infrastructure. Its old systems became outdated almost immediately. Its own constituents, the banks and other organizations that depended on it, have subtly switched to a new, quicker, and more effective system, and the replacement is not a straightforward fix. As financial leaders choose a system that offers speed, transparency, and security, this shift represents a sea change. Each XRP token is currently valued at an astounding $88,000, and the XRP ledger is online and fully functional. Once questioned by many, this digital asset has emerged as the focal point of a new financial era, spurring innovation and changing the global flow of money. The financial world has changed overnight. As organizations and people alike adjust to a world where digital assets rule and traditional banking becomes obsolete, cities awaken to a new reality. The foundation of global banking, which can process the world's wealth at the speed of light, was formerly a speculative digital currency. The arrival of the future of money is changing our understanding of value, trust, and the fundamental characteristics of financial power. SWIFT served as the foundation of international payments for many years. Trillions of dollars passed through its network every day, allowing banks to transfer funds internationally, governments to handle their fiscal responsibilities, and businesses to pay suppliers in far-off nations. However, there were problems with the system. The network lacked transparency, fees were expensive, and settlements took days. SWIFT grew more and more ineffective and vulnerable to disruption in a rapidly evolving digital world. Let's talk about XRP. Ripple's network was built with near-zero fees, fast cross-border transactions, and unmatched transparency in mind. XRP provided speed, scalability, and security at the institutional level, whereas SWIFT depended on middlemen, delays, and antiquated protocols. A once speculative asset has evolved into the operational instrument driving global finance, displacing a long-standing organization that oversaw cross-border transfers. The SWIFT member movement was planned, scheduled, and methodical rather than occurring in secret. To make sure that transactions could settle rapidly, banks initially tested liquidity on the XRP ledger. Faster payment methods were made available to corporate clients. Governments started keeping an eye on adoption after learning that XRP may lower systemic risks and stabilize global trade. Trillions of dollars in daily transactions then started to pass through XRP, one by one, indicating that SWIFT's previous world was over. Then there is the cost: $88,000 for each XRP. This astounding number reflects the enormous demand and the crucial role that XRP currently plays in the global financial ecosystem. It is more than simply a headline. This isn't conjecture. This value is operational, based on the ever-increasing volume of transactions and the actual demands of institutions. In a network that, to be honest, is global in scope, each XRP now represents a unit of transactional power, facilitating easy cross-border value movement and linking financial hubs. International settlements, corporate invoicing, payments on sovereign debt, institutional liquidity, and real-world utility all support it. These applications justify its need and uphold its worth. Governments, corporations, and investors are being compelled to acknowledge that XRP is no longer an option. It is an integral part of contemporary finance and the currency of practical necessity. It has established the bar for effectiveness, dependability, and worldwide reach, making it the norm for the new financial era. To be honest, the global ramifications are astounding. Instead of days, corporations may now settle invoices in a matter of seconds. Previously unattainable liquidity becomes available to emerging markets, leveling the playing field with industrialized economies. Payments can be made by national treasuries with accuracy, effectiveness, and openness. Previously hindered by bureaucracy, Cross-border transactions can now proceed instantaneously. The XRP ledger is not a simple SWIFT substitute. It changes the way that international finance operates. In fact, investor sentiment has at all-time highs. Institutional investors and hedge funds are rushing to acquire stakes. In an attempt to ride the wave of a system that is now operational rather than theoretical, retail investors are keeping an eye on it. Each transaction on the XRP ledger increases its valuation, creates demand, and strengthens its legitimacy. XRP has evolved from a speculative investment to a systemic institutional requirement, a currency that supports the movement of wealth around the world. XRP's technological advantages are indisputable. XRP settles transactions in seconds with complete auditability and security, in contrast to traditional banking networks that need numerous middlemen, reconciliation procedures, and lengthy approvals. It is scalable enough to meet the financial needs of the entire world, processing millions of transactions every second. Banks that had previously questioned its dependability now depend on it to function on a regular basis. The system is tested, operational, and unstoppable. The geopolitical ramifications are enormous. Adopting XRP gives nations financial liberty, allowing them to regulate cross-border commerce and liquidity as they see fit. Slow integration leads to inefficiencies, increased expenses, and a loss of influence in international trade. The demise of SWIFT signifies a global redistribution of financial power in addition to a technological revolution. The change is felt in every area of the global economy. Businesses save operating expenses and optimize supply chains. Instant remittances and reduced transaction fees are advantageous to citizens. Debt markets are instantly stabilized by governments. The global economy is growing more robust, efficient, and quick. One thing is certain, even though the ramifications of this change are just now becoming clear. Please give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and remember to hit the subscribe button to receive updates if you found it entertaining or useful. Additionally, be sure to enable notifications so you may be the first to know when I post new information, advice, or changes. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Till then, maintain your curiosity, be careful, and stay safe.